Look to the skies and you will feel it. A deep, universal fascination with flight.
It pushes the adrenaline like nothing else on earth. You've only got to watch it to realize it's the most emotional sport there is.
Birds are creatures of many meanings. In India, they are a sign of hope, messengers from heaven.
When the birds come, we have a good harvest. If the birds don't come, there is trouble.
Birds are also killers, but these skills can help defend our farms.
What do barn owls like to eat? Does anybody know?
Rats.
Rats, voles, and rodents. That's right.
Birds have a long history of service to mankind, but sometimes it's their friendship that matters most.
They say parrots pick their friends. Angel just loves Sister Una.
They're not little humans. They're very intelligent, they're very sensitive, they communicate with body language. We really like to let people see these beautiful creatures doing the things that they would normally do in the wild.
Don't you want to fly away like a bird? Me too.
And a rainbow of feathers. They may be scarlet or pale pink, richly patterned or solid white. Some are clever camouflage, while the sole purpose of others is to attract attention. Whatever their color or design, feathers are what turn the ugly duckling into something extraordinary. Feathers are just the beginning of our fascination with birds. For these dazzling creatures also sing and dance. But birds have one talent we envy above all others. In the blink of an eye, they can lift into the air and fly. Each kind of bird uses the power of flight for its own purpose. Arctic terns are record travelers, crossing the entire planet twice in a single year. Flamingos seek out terrible places, converging on poisonous lakes to raise their chicks where almost nothing else can survive. Quilias, the most numerous birds on Earth, flock for protection, swirling across the African sky like a school of fish. Amazed by their mysterious abilities, we have studied birds with more zeal and dedication than we have any other creatures. And in learning how they feed, mate, and nest, we have also discovered that there is more to birds than the mere facts and figures of their lives. There are even places where they're coming. At last, a month overdue, the birds arrive, riding the winds of the monsoon. Pelicans, storks, ibis, flamingos. The air is filled with thousands of wings, all converging on Kunda Kulam. The birds and the monsoon are ancient partners in the seasons of southern India. The birds herald the coming of the rains because the flooding landscape makes Kunda Kulam a perfect place to nest. What they need most is suddenly plentiful. Nest sites perched high and dry, just above food-rich waters. Even good building materials are easy for a pelican to come by. In some uncanny way, the birds are able to anticipate the timing and direction of the rains each year. If they do not keep their appointment with the village, it signals that the monsoon be stored. The birds of the monsoon are ambassadors of weather that can save or destroy. Their coming always brings a change in the wind, an answer to a prayer. Only a hummingbird can truly hover in still air. Its thin, stiff wings simply rotate at the shoulder, creating lift not by their shape and contour, but by their motion. The hummingbird is the helicopter to the peregrine's F-16. This virtuosity in the air, and almost everything else about hummingbirds, is due to the fact that they live on nectar. Their flying skills allow them to feed in midair, directly in front of delicately waving blossoms. In return for their food, the birds pollinate the plants. Some hummingbirds' bills are a perfect match for the shape of their favorite flower. The sickle-bill's strangely curved beak is designed to feed only on the curved flowers of the heliconia. The datura plant is another exclusive partner. Its enormous 6 to 8 inch flowers are too deep for all hummingbirds except one. The sword-billed. The sword-billed is the only bird whose beak is actually longer than its body. The rufous takes success one step further. It's the champion of hummingbird migration. From their breeding grounds as far north as coastal Alaska, the birds head south down the Rockies to the mountains of Mexico to winter. Come spring, they take a western route north, flying up through California to their summer grounds in southwestern Canada and beyond. On first sight, they are ordinary, everyday birds. You may toss them a crumb, then pass them by, never suspecting these common street birds capable of greater glory. But in the annals of avian history, no bird can rival the pigeon for courage under fire, devotion to duty, and service to humanity. All common pigeons have the ability to home, and in the great conflicts of the 20th century, homing pigeons became full-fledged war heroes. Thousands of homers campaigned in World Wars I and II. They advanced across Europe, North Africa, and Asia. An air force of messengers braving heavy artillery to file their report off an electronic signal. This alerts the staff that film has arrived. The Pigeon Express has been operating for over 5 years. Some of the company's pigeons are third-generation photo couriers. Koslow has lost one bird, dubbed Amelia Earhart, a casualty he fears of hawks in the fields of South Florida. He's been waiting for nightfall when sugarcane poachers begin their work. Rats. Rats devour some $30 million worth of sugarcane each year. It's the barn owl's job to stop them. The faint rustlings are loud and clear to the waiting owl. Its disc-shaped face helps direct sound to its sharp ears. And even in the dark of night, it can see a rat move. It's not much of a contest, for barn owls are members of one of the bird world's most extraordinary families. Unlike other birds, owls are designed for darkness. When most birds have gone to roost, owls are on the prowl. There are more than 130 kinds, and they have colonized every habitat. Their soft, downy feathers and large, appealing faces are merely a disguise. For all owls are predators, swift and silent killers in the night.
Boxes for them and place them all over the farm.
Like other growers here, Boynton was spending thousands of dollars a year fighting the rat problem with poison. The rats were winning the war. He thought barn owls could help. Checking in on the chicks, Boynton knows that each one of these fluffy little babies will soon be eating 1,500 rats a year. He's the godfather of a reborn rat patrol.
Many people doubted.
A very important part of bird behavior is their nonverbal communication. That's how they communicate with each other in the wild. The subtle look of an eye, maybe the feathers coming up on the back of their head. The problem a lot of people have is they're not very perceptive of those subtle communications. So we're really not set up well to understand a bird's body language.
3 weeks into Quasar's training, it's time for dress rehearsals at Disney's Animal Kingdom.
Say hi. Hello. We're just getting them used to being around people. Okay, Quasar. Hello. Here you go. Pretty scary place, Quasar. Okay. Easy. Once we get him to Disney, the first thing is to get him used to the stage. So we'll bring him out on stage, let him desensitize for a little while, then we might fly him back and forth between two trainers. We'll start working him through the backdrop, getting him used to making his entrance onto the stage.
What a good bird. Okay, ready to go back?
Come on, Quasar. Come on, Quasar. Quasar. Whoa, good boy. That was great. Rebecca, I think he's ready. Let's fly him out a little bit, about 10 feet. Okay, good boy, Quasar. Okay, here you go.
Quasar has been learning so quickly, Steve thinks he's ready to go on. In the afternoon show, this little parrot will make his debut.
Good.
And we are, in a sense, all one.
Across the world, the time has come for the birds of the monsoon to leave Kunda Kulam. They have brought their gift of rain to the village, and now they must move on. For people everywhere, birds are a symbol of all things wild and free. But endowed with extraordinary abilities, they are more than simple wonders of the natural world. Here, to the people of Kunda Kulam, birds are a blessing.
To learn more about what you've seen on this nature program, visit PBS online at pbs.org or America Online keyword PBS.
This is PBS.